Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 11. The chapter which we are related with is company's financial account. As usual, we are here with this question. The shape and overview of question is a little bit similar. You can see that we have two different columns. Although in previous questions we were having title, amount, again title and amount. And here all amounts are present on left side and in front of them there are two columns. Sequence, although it is little difficult, shape is different, not difficult. Shape is different, view is different, but the phenomena and concept behind it same. What does that mean? We have first column, this is debit side, second column, this is credit side, and all assets and expenses are present in this first column. All liabilities and incomes are present on this side. Why? Because total of both column are available. Total of debit side is available, total of credit side is available, meaningly it's a trial balance where both sides are equalized. So it's a trial balance. Whenever you see it, it's quite a comfortable situation because half part, that means debit part includes only assets and expenses, while credit side is including liabilities and income. So they are well segregated. On lower part, you can see that few adjustments are present. Adjustments are the entries which were supposed to be present in trial balance, but due to any reason they were not included. That is why we will have to adjust them. In these adjustment, whatever the nature of these adjustment would be, that is really important. If amount of adjustment is not previously included in this trial balance, that would have dual effect, one on left side, one on right side. If you are unable to read what is written over here, that's not the case. We are right now just taking an overview of the question. Then we have our solution side, where on left side there are three different parts. First, direct side to calculate gross profit or profit from business. Then we have indirect side, which would calculate overall profit. And finally we are having appropriation side, where we will calculate appropriation balance. Ultimately this appropriation balance would be transferred to liability side. And at here there are three types of liabilities we would have. First is fixed liability, and then we will have current liability, and after that there would be reserve. Sum of these three would equal to total of liabilities or total of balance sheet. Then upper side we have asset, where fixed and current assets are present, beside it investment. Sum of these three would equal to total assets or total balance sheet. So this was brief introduction or brief overview about the question, and I'm sure that you people are now in understanding what our target for today is and what we are going to do today. If in any question adjustments are present beside trial balance, in our way we will be solving these adjustments as our first step. And after completing these adjustments, we'll go back to these elements of trial balance and we'll transfer them to financial statements one by one. And here, since we have decided that we are not going to focus upon trial balance, first we will complete our adjustments. So we are ready to start our question. Let's begin. Number one, provide 10% depreciation plant and machinery and fixtures. There are two depreciations. We'll go to fixed asset side. Here first we will deal with plant and machine. Let's search how much value of plant, that is clearly showing over here 165,000. Write down amount. Now we will see the rate of depreciation. Look, 10% is mentioned over here. So we will be calculating its depreciation, and it is said 10%. So what you will do, 165,000 multiply 10%. So guys, what is 165,000? That is amount of asset, that means plant and machinery, and then multiply by 10 divided by 100 is the rate of depreciation which is described in the book. After calculation of depreciation, we'll go to operating expense side, and here depreciation of plant and machine we will write, and the amount of depreciation which we have calculated is over here 16,500, and it would be presented in operating expense side. Alright guys, after plant and machinery we do need to depreciate furniture as well. Let's see how much furniture is. Third amount 3600. So here amount of furniture and fixtures, I think both are same. Yes, furniture and fixture, these are not two different assets, one of the same thing, furniture and fixtures. Its rate of depreciation is also 10%. Look at here. So what we will do, similar to above, we will calculate its depreciation 3600, and then 10% would be calculated. Now please let me know what was 3600. It was value of your asset, that means fixture and fixture, furniture and fixtures. After that we multiplied it with 10 and divided it with 100. So we have got the depreciation, which is 360. Similarly to plant and machinery, now we will go to operating expense side, and there we will mention depreciation of furniture. Now we don't have sufficient place. Let's see if it, okay. So here we will mention depreciation of fixture, which is 360. Write down in operating expense side. Have you seen that first effect and second effect? Both effects are completed. Depreciation of plant and machinery was, look at here. These tiny mistakes can ruin your questions. So instead of 2 zeros, 3 zero were typed, and thankfully we have seen it in time. First adjustment has been completed. There were two depreciations, and double effects of two depreciations are completed. Now second, write off 500 from preliminary expenses. So what you will do, preliminary expenses are basically asset, but it is said to write off only 500. So 500 would be considered an expense, and for remaining we will go to current asset side, and here preliminary expenses would be mentioned over here, and after that you will subtract return of preliminary expenses. Amount is mentioned as 500. Please note it down what we have done. Total write-off expenses you have written in expense side, and remaining amount, that means total preliminary expenses less written off. So remaining amount would be presented in balance sheet current asset side. Two adjustments are completed. Now third, create a bad debt provision 5% on debtors. So we will go to current asset side, and here first step is to mention sundry debtors. Let's see how much amount of sundry debtors, and that is at for fifth number 43,000 is amount of sundry debtors, after which we will subtract any additional bad debts. Again we will subtract new provision for bad debts. Let's see, in adjustment we are asked to create a provision. It means additional bad debts are not present in this question, so you may mark 0. And how we will create new provision? 5% on sundry debtors. So here 5% would be calculated, but we have less space, so you will be focusing upon here 43,000. It's actually the amount of debtors, and then we will take 5%. So new provision is calculated. Now come to operating expense side. Here we will mention bad debts. Then we will add additional bad debts. Then we will add new provision for bad debts. After that you will subtract old provision for bad debts. Alright guys, as you can see that additional bad debts were 0, so mention it. And new provision we have calculated 2150, put it over here. Once again I am telling you how we have calculated 43,000 was the amount of debtors. 43,000 amount of debtors, and then we have taken its 5%. So new provision is recorded. Look at here, these are two adjustments and their second effect is present in operating expense side. After that guys, we are at number 4 adjustment. During the year, a machine whose book value was 0, nil, was sold for Rs7,000. Okay, we have sold the machine. I am sure that you remember the journal entry of machinery sold should be cash to machine. Cash is coming in, machine is going out. But here what happened? The amount is included in ordinary sales. Here our mistake is visible. Instead of writing machine, we have written sales. So what we'll have to do? Secondly, please note down, this is very important for you, book value was 0. That means it was a scrap. Its original life has been ended with scrap value nil, and we have sold it. So it was a pure profit. Instead of adding it in income side, we have added it in sales. So first we will go to direct income side. There we will mention sale, and then we will subtract wrongly added machine sale. Alright guys, so this would be subtracted. How much? 7,000. And since it's an income, we'll go to other income side because it's not an income from operation. Sale of machine. Here you will mention that this was your purely a profit. Guys, you have seen dual effects. First we have subtracted from sales, and then we have presented it in other income side as your income. After 4 we have 5th, stock on 31st March. For this, let's see what is our last date, and look at here, it is presented 31st March. So it means this stock is our closing stock. stocks on 31st March. For this we'll go to cost of goods sold statement first, then we will be writing opening stock, add purchases, little bit spelling we'll have to adjust. Then we will subtract any returns and subtract closing stock. And we are talking about this closing stock, amount of which is 60,000 mentioned over here. Write down. And secondly, we'll go to current asset side over here. Mention closing stock again, amount of which is 60,000. Write down in current asset side. So guys, fifth entry is completed, fifth adjustment. Now sixth adjustment is saying transfer 10,000 to general reserve. This is related to appropriation side, and here you will mention transfer to general reserve, and we will see how much amount is described, that is 10,000. So come over here and write down 10,000 in appropriation debit side. Alright guys, after that, this was sixth entry, first effect is completed. We'll go to current liability side, and here we will be mentioning transfer to general reserve, amount of which we have seen is 10,000. In this way its double effect is completed. Now we'll see number 7. Director have proposed a final dividend of 10%. Okay, we'll go again appropriation account. It is final dividend and we will calculate it. For that, let's get back and see how much amount of capital is. And capital is over here, subscribed and fully paid up capital, that is 2 lakh. So what you will do, you will calculate percentage upon 2 lakh. Now let's see how much dividend is decided, and this is 10%. So here we will be calculating 10%. Now again listen what we have done. 2 lakh was amount of capital, and then you have multiplied it 10 divided by 100 to get your final dividend of 20,000. First effect is completed, and here you will also be writing 20,000 as amount of dividend in current liability side. Okay, look at here, 10% of 2 lakh amount of dividend in appropriation side and 20,000 in liability side. Dual effect is completed. So guys, you have seen that these were 7 adjustments, and each adjustment was having 2 effects. We have completed all of them. Now we can focus upon our trial balance. Again, there is a bit undue distance between title and amount. So it is difficult, really difficult when you are looking at your system to see which amount is aligned to which title. Anyhow, first freehold premises. It is your fixed asset. Write down over here, freehold premises, and amount of premises is 150,000. So write down 150,000 in fixed asset side. After that, plant and machinery 165. Hopefully we have written the same. Okay, plant is 165 already written. After that, we have furniture and fixtures 3600. This is also previously mentioned, no need to write again. After furniture, we have stock on 1st April. Since it's 1st April, it means it's opening stock. The place is already reserved in cost of goods sold statement. and that the opening stock is 37,500. So in direct side you will mention opening stock. After that we have sundry debtors 43,000. Those are already written in current asset side. After debtors we have interim dividend, that is 10,000. No matter what kind of dividend, that would be part of appropriation side. So we will be writing interim dividend. Amount of this interim dividend is 10,000. Write down in appropriation side. No second effect because we are in a stage where elements of trial balance is being entered. Elements of trial balance are being entered. Okay, now next is purchase 92,500, place of which was already reserved, and we have entered purchases. Now after that we have cash at bank, part of your current asset side here, cash at bank, amount of cash at bank we will see, and that is 28,800. 28,800. Hopefully we are writing the accurate amount. Due to this distance it is little difficult to mention. Then we have cash in hand. Again current asset, amount of cash in hand is 400. Alright, let's write in current asset side 400. After cash in hand we have wages. This is part of your direct expense side. Over here we will mention wages. Let's see how much amount of wages, and that is 42,400. So write down 42,400 over here. After wages we have carriage inward. This is also direct expense, and carriage inward. Let's see how much amount of carriage inward is 5,300. Mention in direct side. After carriage inward we have fuel and power. Again direct expense side. Here fuel and power. Amount of fuel and power is 1,200. So let's mention it in direct side. After fuel we have preliminary expenses. Look at here, preliminary expenses are basically assets. Here we have already mentioned it over here. The place is fixed for preliminary expenses, amount of which is 2,500. So mention it in current asset side, after which we will subtract return of preliminary expenses. Repairs and renewals are direct target, next target. So we'll go to operating expense side, repair and renewals. So let's see how much amount of repair and renewal. Okay, W and then A. 2,100 is the amount. 2,100, and we need to correct its spelling as well. Repairs and renewal, amount 2,100, written in operating expenses. Okay, next we have salaries. Again part of operating expense side. Salaries, amount of salaries, third 10,400. Let's write down 10,400. Okay, just give me a few seconds. What we are doing? We are going back to trial balance, getting title and amount and posting them to the right place. Same 100% same you will be doing in your exam. So please be very attentive, and we all viewers or me, we are trying to understand how effectively we can transfer amounts from trial balance to financial statements. So one by one, with full focus and attention. Salaries we have written. Next is director fee. Again, this is part of indirect expenses, and here we will mention director fee. Amount of director fee is 2800. Okay, 2800 amount of director fee. Yes. Then we have general charges, and for that again we will go to operating expense side. So after general charges 2800, we have 3000. Okay, so just write down 3000 in operating expense side. After general charges, let's see what is next. We'll have to count it. Debenture interest paid. It seems it is 9000. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth item, sixth general debenture interest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So debenture interest is 9000. Here we will mention 9000. Have you seen that I have left one place, one line, debenture interest, and then we will see its outstanding. You have noted it down. I have not written any amount in front of debenture interest, no amount in front of outstanding interest. Rather than I have written percentage directly outside. Look at here, 9000 would be posted over here, and here we are going to write the percentage. I have not written any amount in front of outstanding. No amount is mentioned outside. We will wait. And here percentage would be calculated as I was telling you earlier. 9000 was written over here, but actually percentage of debenture interest would be calculated over here. Here you will write the amount present in trial balance. Let me show you that this debenture interest over here 9000, that was present in trial balance, and same amount 9000 you have written over here. Okay, after debenture interest, this was, we have bad debts, the amount of which is 1000. So place is already fixed for bad debts. Here, look at here, in operating expenses you have already mentioned bad debts. So 1000 was the amount of bad debts. Here 1000, 0 was additional bad debts amount, and 2150 was amount of new provision. Let's get back. After bad debts 1000, now we have fully paid up capital. Capital is already mentioned in live, no, not mentioned. All okay. So here we will write issued, paid up, or subscribed capital. One of the same thing. only in financial statements. So amount of capital is 2 lakh, mention over here. We will search if authorized capital is given in the question. Look at here, authorized capital 3 lakh, rupees 3 lakh. So we will be writing authorized capital as well, amount of which is 3 lakh. You have noticed that authorized capital is underlined, showing that it's just a nominal capital, not in actual we have received the amount. That is why it is underlined, and this amount of authorized capital would not be added in fixed liability side. We will add only issued, paid up or subscribed capital. Alright guys, after issued capital or subscribed capital, we have 12% debentures. 150,000 is amount. So here we are writing 150,000 for debentures. And now we will go back. Over here we have already reserved a place. Look, 150,000 amount of debentures, and then percentage is mentioned beside debentures, and this percentage is 12%. Here we are going to calculate, I just forgot how much percentage was, 12%. So write down 12% beside it. Now please note it down, we have amount of 150,000 debentures, and then we have taken 12%. This percentage is calculated outside. Now we have one vacant place, one blank space, and how would you calculate difference of these two amounts? Almost in every question we discuss in the same way. I'm sure some of you will have completely understood. Uh, some of you have completely understood it. What this amount is, there are three different figures. Once again, I'm telling you, amount present in trial balance over here, percentage in outer column, and difference of these two amounts would be written inner column lower side. And this lower side is actually be transferred to liability side. It was not part of trial balance. So add interest on debentures outstanding. How we called it outstanding? Because 9,000 trial balance is already present. 18,000 was total interest. So the difference is still to be paid. That is why we have considered it outstanding. So guys, in this way, the debate of debentures is completed. Now profit loss account. Alright, this would be the part of appropriation account where you will mention profit and loss account. The value of this profit and loss account is given in your question, and that is 7,200. Just mention over here 7,200. Let's see what next is for us. After profit and loss account, sundry creditors, part of current liability side. Here we have, and we will mention sundry creditors. Let's see value of sundry creditors. Third last, 44,000. Alright, put 44,000 in current liability side, and after creditors we have sales 207,500. So here 207,500 would be mentioned. After sales we have bad debt provision. Since this provision is present in trial balance, so it's an old provision 1800, and here 1800 space of this was already reserved in operating expenses. So guys, from freehold premises to bad debt provision, there were dozens of elements of trial balance, and one by one we have transferred them in financial statement. So this assignment is also completed. All 7 adjustments were previously completed. It means we are now ready to start our calculation. Very first thing, we will see net sales. For that, sales less wrongly included. Amount of sale is now ready. Now we will see cost of goods sold statement. We have opening stock, add purchases, less closing stock. Cost of goods sold is ready. After that, we have 3 direct expenses. Just take them. Why it is not coming? 3 not coming. Once again, we'll have to write not coming. Okay, we will take their sum in this way. So guys, sum of these 3 direct expenses we have got. It means we are now ready to calculate what happened. There was a button and that was not to be done, and that has, okay, again the same problem. I think there was a button and that has been pushed by me. Don't know which button that was. FN. Cursor is actually moving. I remembered the button, but right now it is gone. No, I am scrolling down and full page is coming down. No. And please give me a moment. I need to. Okay, again there is a trouble. That's so bad. This is not working properly. My cursor is not moving. Time is going out. Let me handle it again. No. That is so bad. Cursor is not working over here. So guys, you may I don't know what happened to my keyboard and it's not moving. Oh God. This, why my cursor is not moving. Alright, we can do that. At least we have our cursor moving. Here we will calculate total cost of goods sold. How? We'll see that cost of goods sold amount was 70,000 and then you will add 48,900. Please excuse me for delay because the keyboard was not working. It was easy to stop this lecture and then find the solution and then restart my lecture. Normally, I have shared all these lectures are absolutely direct. There is no edit, there is no break. So I am solving this question absolutely live. Whatever you are looking at, there is no other software to edit it or to remove some parts. So it's absolutely live lecture. That is why I have, let's say, if I'm facing any issue, so you will be the part of that issue. Okay guys, now see that our sales ready and our cost of goods sold is ready, which means we can now calculate gross profit. For that, we'll go to sales and then subtract cost of goods sold, which you have seen. So finally, after subtracting cost of goods sold from, still my mouse is not working, from your sales, you have got your gross profit. And look at here, why my mouse is not working. You can see above that 81,600 is your gross profit, and what we have got is 81,600. It means this is first part we have solved, and now we can focus upon indirect side. First we will see bad debts, and then we will add additional bad debts, then we will add new reserve and subtract old provision, with which you will get net amount of bad debts. After that, I think no adjustment is present. All are already solved. So here we can take sum of all operating expenses from here 18,000 to 16,500. Total of operating expenses we have got. Operating income is not present, 0. Other expenses not present, you can mention 0. Other income, yes we have, and there is only amount 7,000. Now we can calculate our net profit. For that, let's get back to gross profit. This is your first step. Then you will subtract operating expenses. After that, you will add operating income. Then you will subtract other expenses. And then you will add other income. So by doing this, we have got our final amount of net profit 33590. So let's check it out from the book answer. So guys, my cursor is not moving, so you will have to see. Look at their net profit in question C, 33590, and over here our answer is also 33950. Cursor, my mouse is not moving. Anyhow, net profit is 33590. After this, we are now ready to start calculating our appropriation balance. For that, we will take sum of all expenses, appropriation expenses we have got. Now let's calculate appropriation balance. For that, we will take net profit. Then we will add. I'm sure you people are listening very carefully. First net profit, then you will add profit loss account, and finally you will subtract all appropriate expenses. We have got only 790. So this would be considered your appropriation balance. Let's get back and see the answer present in book. Okay, now you can see at right side surplus to balance sheet 790, and our answer, look at here, appropriation balance is 790. So guys, after that we'll go to liability side, and here add appropriation balance, and that is 790. We have just calculated. Now you can take total amount of capital by adding net profit. Debentures were 150,000. Add outstanding interest. We have got total amount of debentures. Now to calculate total of fixed liability, we will take sum of these two elements. In this way, fixed liability total we have got. Now let's take sum of all current liabilities. Total of current liability is also available. No reserve was present, so you can mention 0. So guys, sum of these three, if we will take, that would be considered as total of liability and total of balance sheet as well. What we have done, look at here, fixed liability, then current liability total, then reserve total, and we have got the amount 433,790. 433,790, and let's check it out from the book, answer of balance sheet. So here in question, last line, check balance sheet total is 433,790, and we are happy to see that our answer is also 433,790. 4 out of 5 parts are completed. Our liability side is okay, gross profit okay, net profit okay, surplus okay. Now last step is to see our asset side, and here step by step we will complete them. First we will see plant and machinery, amount of which 165, let's its depreciation. Then fixtures, let's depreciation. Freehold premises has no depreciation, it means we can take sum of these three fixed assets to get total. Fixed asset side is completed. Let's see how to complete our current asset side. We have got preliminary expenses, subtract written off. Then we have got debtors, less additional bad debt, less new reserve. We have got amount of debtor as well. Nothing else is to be calculated. We can now take sum of all current assets. As you have seen that no investment is present, when you will take sum of all fixed assets, current assets and investment, you have got this sum. Look, this is your sum, and that is 433,790. This is your sum, and now we will go to our question, and here you can see answers are available. Last answer 433,790. Over here asset side 433,790, liability side again you can see over here. What is this? 433,790. So guys, in this way all of our answers are matched with the answers given in the book. 81,600 gross profit, and you can see over here 81, this one, look, 81,600. This is your gross profit, and then we have got net profit of 33,590, and here 33,590. This is your net profit, and appropriation answer you can see 790, and final answer, look at here, 790 was your appropriation, and we've seen balance sheet answer as well. So guys, in this way all adjustments, all elements of trial balance, every amount has been posted appropriate way, in an appropriate way. Gross profit, net profit, appropriation balance, asset side balance and liability balance, all answers are correct. Happy ending. although your solution is in front of you, you have seen each and every step. But even then, I'm saying that looking is not enough, viewing is not enough. Just start solving this question by yourself. Practice it as many times as you can, and after practicing, I am openly offering you, if you still feel anything difficult, you are very open to share your